You think you could tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters.
Yes. Yes, indeed. That's right. Bow to the masters. That's us, me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Wrestletalk. And it's great to be back with you today. Like I said last week, we had to. I had an emergency involving my dog, and we had to take him to the vet, and I got jammed up there all day long. But he's good and better. I'm good and better. I'm feeling like $1 million that I really wish I had, and everyone else out there probably wishes they had as well. But it's great to be here today for Wrestle Talk. And don't forget, we're here every Tuesday, 5 to 5:30. If we have a guest, we're here till 6 o'clock. So I want to let everyone know about that as well. And please don't forget, coming up real soon on June 22nd, it's called Redemption. It's the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation with Bubba Brewer, our good friend of the show here. And also, he's going to have this event coming up. It's going to be at the S&T Bank Arena, Indiana, Pennsylvania. And next week, I will be telling you some information about some stuff coming up. Dan Polinsky and the Pros of Wrestling have some stuff coming up as well. So we'll be talking, getting back in with the independents and getting them rolling because I've been so busy with my new house here that I really haven't had the opportunity to reach out to those guys. But we're going to get back into that as we always have in the past. And it's going to be a great show. So go check out Redemption, June 22nd. Rhino from ECW, TNA, WWE. Rhino's been around the block 1,000 times. He's a great wrestler, and also he will be there as well at the, it's called Redemption with the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation, hosted by Bubba Brewer and also Shane Stepmiller. You'll see him there, Larry Stryker, and all those guys. They will all be there as well for this event. All right, so there you go. All right, let's see where we're at. Okay, here we go. All right, checking out our Facebook friends here, see what they're up to. And so far, we don't have any comments there. None here on the comments section. Smoking Jim Frazier, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. My favorite thing to do during the week.
Oh, absolutely. You know it every minute of it. So there you go. All right, today, Smoking Jim, we got a lot to talk about with Money in the Bank. I want your thoughts on the matches. We'll start off with the first match was the women's, Money in the Bank ladder match. What's your thoughts on that match?
Go ahead and start it off, Ralph, and I'll jump in after you.
All right. As you know, Naomi won the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Someone I didn't want to win, Jade Cargill, couldn't get in. All right, because she got with this stuff with Naomi. All right. Naomi has this obsession of the fact that, has this obsession with the fact that, Jay Cargill, she's so mad about Jay Cargill interfering in her friendship with Bianca Belair. But, sometimes things happen, injuries happen, other things go on. And it's just one of those things that is going on with that. And, so JD Wyatt, Jim and Ralph at it again. Yes, we are. Wrestle Talk here, JD. We want your thoughts on Money in the Bank. If you watched it, I know you do a little wrestling segment on your show. Christopher Cole, I'm watching Raw right now, so I probably won't be on for too long. Okay, he's watching a replay on Netflix. So there you go. But thanks, Christopher Cole, as always, for participating in this in the live broadcast here of Wrestle Talk with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier. And I got to tell you, it's a great show. We're here every Tuesday, 5 to 5:30 p.m. and I don't know what happened to my oh well, I'll just have to get it some other here. I haven't my Facebook connection, not our connection, but my connection somehow is not working, but that's fine. All right, so trying to get some comments from Facebook as well. All right, Smoking Jim, your thoughts. Naomi wins the Money in the Bank. What do you think?
I'm like you. I was surprised. She's going to be a problem, man. Who knows when she'll cash in? Yeah, I was shocked that she won, and I think somebody had one of her outfits on in the crowd. I thought it was her for a minute. I'm like, wow, she's in the crowd too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give respect to anybody that wins. So I give her respect, but I was definitely surprised.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was shocked myself, and her new heel turn here, and I think the reason why I believe WWE wanted her to be the Miss Money in the Bank was because they don't want to have egg on their face. She's a heel now, and when you change somebody's character and you change their concept, you move them from a baby face to a heel. WWE has to make that work. And in order to make it work, sometimes you got to put a championship on them, or you got to put Money in the Bank, something of some substance to get them to, so they don't look bad. What do you think about that?
You're always on the money, Ralph.
All right. Yeah, I am on the money. I wish I had more of it. No, I'm content on what I have. I'm blessed with what I have, and I just got to get some kinks in the armor worked out here with my house, and we'll get it going. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning is our studio sponsor. We're here at Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland, right outside of Ocean City. Proud to be here. I spent 40 years in Pittsburgh or more. I was born and raised there, and I actually was not born there, but I was raised there. I was born in South Carolina, Smoking Jim, Paris Island, South Carolina, right on the Marine base. My dad was in the Marines. So,
wow.
yeah. So, and then my mom was from Pittsburgh. They decided to come back here. And I was raised here for my whole life, practically. And so,
Yeah, I didn't know your dad was a Marine. That's incredible.
Yeah, he served 2 tours in Vietnam, got injured, and they put him in the kitchen down at Paris Island. So, but yeah, he was a cook in the kitchen for a little while, and then he got out. But he was in Vietnam War. He did 2 tours with
Wow.
the Marines. Got injured.
Wow.
So All right, Smoking Jim. Let's get back to Wrestle Talk here a little bit. Next match, Dominic Mysterio fought one of them Lucha Libres in that new AAA wrestling that TKO has acquired. He fought him for the Intercontinental title because he was at the pay-per-view Worlds Collide, where Chad Gable lost to that one Mexican guy that I forget his name off the top of my head, but he lost to him. And what had happened was Chad Gable, of course, El Grande Americano. He didn't win the men's Money in the Bank, which I'm glad because he lost twice in one weekend. So that's good for Chad Gable. I'm glad he lost twice. So my thoughts on Chad Gable. But anyway, so this match here, Smoking Jim, Dirty Dom retains his Intercontinental title. Do you see him holding on to it for a while, or do you see one of Seth Rollins' boys getting it?
Well, I see him holding on. I see him getting a hold of that pretty brunette.
Roxanne Perez, yeah.
Yeah, I see him getting a hold of her, man.
Yeah.
But hey, some guys got all the luck, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But,
hey, you know what? Dirty Dom's the wrestling pimp. You know what I mean?
I see.
He's a wrestling pimp. There you go.
He had 3. He had 3 good ones. I'll tell you that. I do see somebody taking that belt eventually.
Yeah, I think it's either going to be Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed. Or here's another prediction I have about this, Smoking Jim. I think Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are going to take the tag titles from the New Day or somebody else They have to get some kind of gold, because if Seth cashes that briefcase in, he has gold. And I think and every faction's intention is to hold up all the gold. So let's see what happens with the faction. We'll talk about that later as we go. All right, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky, the man, of course, pulled it out. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Becky won. I was even more surprised that she got attacked afterwards.
Right.
But I think Becky may hold on to the belt for a minute.
Yeah. What did I say earlier about Naomi with a heel turn? She's a heel turn.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They have to put a belt or something of some substance on someone who's a heel turn or whatever turn they're going to do, baby face or heel turn. So, but anyway. All right. I want to thank those who are tuning in today. We're here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and also on the Kick platforms. Those are our usual platforms. And we're also on the Huddle Sports Network. We're back in business with them. We will be putting up their new opening and also a few other things as well. So let me go to the comments section real quick here. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that guy. All right. Well, I'm not going to put his comments up anyway, but anyhow. So there you go. All right. So I want to thank Christopher Cole, JD Wyatt, being part of the program. Speaking of JD Wyatt, tune into his stuff. Log in or get on his Facebook or YouTube channel, subscribe. JD Wyatt does something called Southern Fried Podcast. He's been on the Sports Corner Show with us. I'm going to be working with JD as well, and he and I are going to be doing some things together, I believe, coming up soon. And he does the Southern Fried Podcast and sports, and so check him out. And he covers some stuff in the Carolinas and Tennessee and things like that. So tune in to JD, follow him on Twitter, and also subscribe to his YouTube channel and all of his platforms. I'm working on next week. I'm working on getting Pitt, somebody from Pitt, somebody from Duquesne, and somebody from Robert Morris to come on and talk about the all three of those teams as they get ready for the seasons coming up. Training camp for all three of them comes up in August. I'm interested to see this year the first city game of football since I think it was 36 or 37 or something like that, will involve Pitt versus Duquesne in the first game. Go get your tickets. I heard it sold out, Smoking Jim.
Well, I got a quick story for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe the greatest quarterback in NFL history is Slinging Sammy Ball, right?
Right.
Now, Slinging Sammy Ball is still the only quarterback as a rookie to win Rookie of the Year, NFL Player of the Year, and win a world championship.
Wow.
For the Washington Redskins. The Pittsburgh Steelers needed a quarterback and passed on Slinging Sammy Ball to draft an offensive center from Duquesne that didn't last 2 years in the league. So,
oh, wow.
Same old Steelers, man.
Yeah, you got that right. Well, they got somebody from Duquesne who snaps the ball, Christian Kuntz. So, the long snapper. So,
Is that where he's from?
He's from Duquesne, yeah. He went to Duquesne.
Okay.
But I did hear a story, and I forgot to ask Ray Fittipaldo about it, and I know long snappers, you don't talk about that stuff, but when it comes to guys who are local, like Christian Kuntz, he's got some competition coming in this year. They signed a guy who's been around the league as a long snapper, and he's pretty good at what he does. And they signed him to a contract. They're bringing him into training camp to compete. I guess they're not happy with Christian Kuntz. I don't know. So, but, competition always brings the best out of you, doesn't it, Smoking Jim?
It sure does. It sure does, brother.
All right, let's get back into Money in the Bank. We're breaking it down. I want your thoughts on the matches as well. Comment section wide open. Emails, RalphWilliams737@gmail.com is the mailbag. I forgot to mention that earlier. If you have any comments, I got Dan the Man Levitan here. Dan the Man from Robinson Township. He said, Ralph, you put on great content. Don't let somebody insult you like they did. I feel bad for you on that, and keep up the good work down there in Ocean City. All right. Thank you very much, Dan, the man, Levitan. So there you go. All right. Okay, Smoking Jim, let's get into the next match, which was, I'm trying to remember it for a minute here. I know there was 5 matches total, and we did 3. I'm trying to remember what the 4th match was. Oh, it was, well, they had the Money in the Bank match with the men's. Your thought on that? Winner is Seth Rollins. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I was surprised, man. Solo had it. And his guy turned on him, which you kind of predicted.
I did. I said it.
But yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised to see that, man. But hey, what can you do? But Seth Rollins, man, I love the faction that he put together. Like you said, I think those guys will kill New Day in the tag team match. And Seth Rollins is man. He's the guy that's going to go at this strategically, man. When he makes his move, whoever it's on, it's going to be a done deal.
And there's some rumors out there, Smoking Jim. Rumors are rumors, but there's one out there that's very interesting, and that is I'm hearing Roman Reigns will be coming back around probably before SummerSlam, and he's starting up a new Shield. The stories I'm hearing are Jacob Fatu. I'm hearing the return of Dean Ambrose, John Moxley. His contract's about to run out shortly at AEW. Will he re-sign? Nobody knows. There's a rumor he may be coming around. One or two of the relatives of the Fatu family is going to be probably in there as well. So we'll find out as we go here on Wrestletalk. We'll let you know what's going on. I'm hearing Roman Reigns is going to start a faction, may even be CM Punk as part of the Shield thing too, because him and Punk are going to, and I'm also hearing Brock Lesnar. So those are just some of the rumors I'm hearing out there. I'm going to try to see if I can get John Ross Sapp on here, talk about some of that stuff. Sean Ross Sapp is a reporter, and he does a wrestling magazine and podcast. I'm going to see if I can try to get him on here and talk with us about some of this stuff, because I'm telling you, it's crazy out there right now. With I'm also going to work on next week, get Bubba Brewer on here, talk about his wrestling show coming up June 22nd, S&T Bank Arena, Indiana, Pennsylvania. Rhino will be there. Several other great matches. Bubba always puts on a good show, Smoking Jim. And, so if you can make it June 22nd, go ahead and try. And, you'll represent our show. And I'd be there, but I'm here. So, but anyway. Also, your thoughts on the match as a whole. It broke down because of Solo and Jacob Fatu. Do you see them two fighting at SummerSlam, or do you see him joining a faction, perhaps maybe Seth Rollins' faction, or do you see him coming in with Roman Reigns as part of the Shield, the new Shield? What do you see with Fatu right now?
I just think he's a popular guy, and I just think he's on his own right now. I think he's like Jey Uso. He's a guy that can stand on his own merit right now.
Yes.
And, So I think that's one of the problems he had with Solo is he don't want to be answering to nobody anymore. He's a champion and very well respected. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, he is. So we'll see what goes on there with that whole situation. With it looks like the Solo Sikoa bloodline is breaking down here. It looks like, and we're going to find out what happens with that. That storyline kind of went away. Asuka's coming back, Smoking Jim. She'll be back soon. What's your thoughts on her coming back before we get into the final match of Money in the Bank?
Great.
It'll strengthen the women's division even more.
Definitely.
I mean, I think it will. I think it'll strengthen it even more. I think, it's going to, cover a lot of the situation where, we got some of these women from NXT. Some of them are good wrestlers and all, but you haven't seen much of Charlotte Flair lately, and a few of the other ones that I like to see. Alexa Bliss also, who was involved in the Money in the Bank match, and it's just been, one thing after another with some of these matches as well. So I mean, but anyway, we'll see what happens. The women's division is going to get stronger and stronger in the WWE, and we're going to find out how that works out as well. So, all right, Smoking Jim, last match. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul and John Cena, with R-Truth smacking John Cena right in the head with that belt, and Cody Rhodes making the pin. Jey Uso was out with Logan Paul. We'll talk about his match last night on Raw. He lost, and now Gunther is back as champion. And I got to tell you, if I'm Seth Rollins, I'd be a little concerned right now, because you got, John Cena and you got Gunther as your champs, and both of them are pretty good. I don't know who probably he would be able to cash in on. But we'll find out about that. But first, let's get into that match. What was your thoughts on that match as a whole, Smoking Jim?
I tell you what, I know you don't like Logan Paul, but some of the flips and the acrobatic things that he does, you got to give him credit, man. The guy is just a phenom. I know you like for him to wrestle a little bit more and be, and give it the respect is due, the professional respect that is due. But that guy is just a freak of nature. Some of the things he can do, you do have to admit that, right?
Well, no, I will admit two things. Number one, he's good on social media. He's got thousands and millions of listeners or followers and everything else. He's great he's a social media thing. He's great at him and his brother boxing and stuff like that. He's great at doing all that stuff. He has great talent. I'm not going to deny that. But I don't like people like Logan Paul, who are not a real wrestler and makes special appearances when he feels like it and stuff like that. WWE, TKO made a promise when they purchased WWE. They said no more part-time wrestling. Okay, they didn't want the Roman Reigns types. They didn't want the Brock Lesnar types. They wanted guys who would wrestle all the time, just like, UFC and some of the other stuff that TKO does. Okay, so that's why I have a problem with Logan Paul. If he showed up every week and wrestled, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But I have a problem when you're a part-time guy and you keep trying to come in and you're taking, the glory away. That's why Cody Rhodes don't like him. All right. Because he's not part of the locker room. He doesn't interact with, what I'm saying? That kind of thing. If he was a pure wrestler and worked with the locker room, worked with the WWE every week, I wouldn't have a problem with him. But I have a problem with him because he's a social media guy and he comes in and steals the glory away from other people who have put in a lot of effort into wrestling over the years. AJ Styles, a bunch of these guys. And, I if they're jealous, that's fine. I get it. But when you put 20 years into wrestling or whatever you do, and then all of a sudden you got this guy that wants to come in and try to steal your glory, who really isn't a wrestler. Okay. WWE has him here to put butts in the seats. I get that. Okay. And, everybody wants to put butts in the seats. Everybody wants to make more money. But I'm surprised TKO lets this go on. I will not deny he's a great athlete. I will not deny that he's good at social media, but stay there. Okay. Don't come in and try to steal the glory from other people. He cheats all the time. I get sick and tired of his clowns coming around with those brass knuckles and stuff like that. I get tired of that. But we'll see what goes on down the road with Logan Paul. That's my thoughts on Logan Paul. So, are you there, Smoking Jim?
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. I mean, I respect your viewpoint because it's valid. You know, he's a part-time guy. It's like Bo Jackson when he used to say football was his hobby. So, I definitely get it, but I'm a Logan Paul guy, so we'll agree to disagree there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. JD Wyatt said, thank you. He appreciates it. I appreciate you, JD, because you always promote my stuff. Pensman's here. What's up, Ralph? How are you? Pensman Sports. He's going to be working with us a lot more here on RW Media Productions and also on the Wrestle Talk show as well. I'm doing real well today. Pensman Sports also, tune into his stuff on Twitter X, also on YouTube. He has his own YouTube channel now, and participate, watch, check out his shows as well. And also check out Brian Pettit's programming as well. He has stuff he does on Facebook and also on YouTube and Twitter X. Follow us all on Twitter X. Subscribe to all of our platforms. Great talent, great stuff. All right. So make sure you tune in as well. All right, Smoking Jim Graham. My thoughts on that tag team match was I enjoyed the fact that R-Truth came in and got a little bit of revenge for what had happened with with his match against Cena at Saturday night's main event. What are your thoughts on R-Truth coming back?
Man, I tell you what, man.
You're welcome,
I was as shocked as everybody else, man. That was timeless and classic, man. But again, I was pulling for Cena and Logan Paul.
So yeah.
So that was heartbreaking for me. But you can't beat the timing, man. Yeah, that was great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, Smoking Jim. Well, one last thing we're going to talk about before we wrap it up. I want to quickly go into some AEW news. MJF has now joined the Hurt Syndicate. What do you think about that situation?
Yeah, I love it. You because now you got MVP and you got two mouthpieces now. The other two guys, they're not good on the mic, and they really can't promote it. But man, you got two guys now that can really get after it. They got kind of beat on last weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah, but they'll get paid back. But yeah, it's good, man. I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, I think it's time for John Moxley to lose. I think it's kind of getting kind of stale with his faction and what he's been doing with the championship and all that other stuff. I think it's time for him to move on. With as far as that goes. Pensman says, "What are our thoughts on Gunther being the champ again with Jey Uso?" Guess what, Pensman? Perfect timing. I was just getting ready to get into it. And Pensman also says he was surprised that it didn't last longer. So did I. I'm kind of disappointed in WWE. I thought, and I said this, that Jey Uso was going to win, and they were going to carry on with him the Yeet movement. And now with the suspicion of Money in the Bank, with Seth Rollins getting the case, I was concerned about him losing his title. I didn't think he would lose it to Gunther. And I said this earlier in the show, Pensman, and I know you tuned in late. He said, I told you that I said that Seth Rollins now needs to be concerned now because Gunther's the champ now. I don't know if he can beat Gunther. That's the question. Okay. When do you ever see Gunther laid out to where you can cash the Money in the Bank in? Okay. He doesn't tag team with anybody. He never really, that's a concern. Cena's another one. I know he's in his retirement stage. Does Seth take it from him? What about Cody Rhodes? Where does he stand now? So, or is he trying to take it easy and not be the champ so he doesn't have a bullseye on his back and can spend some time with his family? Randy Orton hasn't been around, since his match with Cena. So, where does this go? Both in SmackDown and Raw now, because SmackDown, of course, has the movie man John Cena, and then also who's getting ready to retire, by the way. and I'm glad that he got the title and he got his 17th time. Just the way he's acting is getting kind of, you know what I mean, stale. And I'm glad he's retiring. So Pensman says this Seth will go after CM Punk. Yeah, he will. And I mentioned earlier, Pensman, that I heard some rumors that Roman Reigns is getting ready to start up a new Shield. I heard CM Punk could be possibly part of it, and Sami Zayn maybe, because they're going after Seth Rollins and all that. So I'm thinking maybe perhaps that could happen as well. I mean, we don't know yet at this point, but I want to talk about Jey Uso and the Gunther for a minute there, Smoking Jim. Your thoughts on that match last night? I was kind of disappointed in that match. And, wait a minute, hold on here. Pensman says after CM Punk will beat Cena at Night of Champions. That could happen too, because they've done nothing really with CM Punk. What do you think, Smoking Jim?
Yeah, nobody's going to beat John Cena, but yeah, I was not surprised to see Gunther win. I mean, the guy's just a champion. He acts like a champion. He walks like a champion. He talks like a champion. So I wasn't surprised, and I think the heat will continue whether he has a belt or not.
Yeah, I believe so. I think the Yeet movement's going to continue. I'm interested to see, and I know Jay and Jimmy are trying to do like the Motor City Machine Guns did back in their time, became separate champions on TNA. I think they could be champions as well, both of them. And now you have the tag team division that wants to gang up on, the Wyatt Six is back. So now you got the tag team division all trying to unify to go after the Wyatt Six. You could see the Wyatt Six versus, some people, some of the tag team guys from the tag team division in SmackDown, whether it be, Tommaso Ciampa, whether it would be, Mr. Wrestling there and his wife, Candice LeRae, or I'm sorry, Johnny Gargano, who they used to call him Johnny Wrestling back in the day. And but it could be them and Candice LeRae to go up against Nikki Cross, and then the other five of the Wyatt Six against five of the guys and Candice LeRae for the tag team division. So what do you think if that was to happen? What do you think about that match?
Ooh, I got to get your opinion on that one, man. That's too close to call. What you think?
Well, the question is, who's going to be the five? You're going to have to split a team up. You see what I'm getting at? I mean, you got six.
Yes.
You got Street Profits. You got DIY, and you got the Motor City Machine Guns. That's six guys right there. And if you include Candice LeRae in this picture here, okay, somebody's got to split up. And I don't know who's going to be the odd man out in this whole thing. You see what I'm getting at? Unless they do a 5-man match and neither one of the women are involved, that could happen too. We don't know. I mean, so it's going to be interesting to see this as well. So, all right, everybody, thank you for being part of Wrestle Talk today. Smoking Jim, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, you nailed it as usual, man. It's heating up. I just always have one question. What's going on with TNA? They're merging with WWE, NXT. What?
What'd you say about TNA?
Are they merging with the WWE and NXT?
Well, as of right now, the WWE bought out AAA Wrestling, which is a lucha libre type wrestling company. They're interacting things like that Worlds Collide. They're moving. Some of the TNA guys are coming in that they're bringing in. They're starting them out down at NXT. As you know, Mariah May has shown up. I'm hearing we're going to hear what's her face, DMD. She's going to be coming in real soon. Off the top of my head, I can't remember her name. Off the top of my head, geez, oh man, I should. She's from Pittsburgh. But anyway, and her instructor, one of her instructors, goes to the old church I used to go to up in Pittsburgh. So, but anyway, that she's coming in too, I hear. So she's going to be in Britt Baker. That's it, Britt Baker, DMD. She's coming in too. I heard she's going to go to there as well. Two Wonder Boys. Yeah, there you go. All right, two Wonder Boys, says Pensman. And then after CM Punk will beat Cena at Night of the Champions, I believe that could happen. They have to do something with CM Punk. He's, they didn't bring him in here to fool around. They brought him in here to win. So we'll see what happens. I say this every time in closing here tonight. Sometimes too much saturation is too much. I told McKee's Rocks to stop renting out to people with pizza shops because there was going to be too many of them. I was right. There was 12 pizza shops within the area between Kennedy and McKee's Rocks over in Pittsburgh. I told these guys that were trying to build New York clubs, they put too many clubs up down in the Strip District, and we don't have the nightlife like New York City. I was right on that because all the clubs went out of business. Okay. Too many wrestlers of top caliber, and you have to feed their need. You have to feed. It's like a saying I heard, there's one bowl of food and too many dogs in the pound. You see what I'm saying? So what's happening right now with the WWE, they got too many big dogs and not enough food to feed them. Okay. They let go some people. They can't continue to do that. And I believe, and I'm hearing this from some people, that TKO wants wrestlers. They want people to work for their money, which of course a lot of bosses are like that. They want you to work for their money. Okay. Pensman says that CM Punk has seen his number. Yes, he does. So anyway, and yeah, I believe CM Punk could beat him at Night of Champions. We will find out. Cena got a 17. It's his retirement. Who cares? Okay, who really cares any further? He made it. He'll be in the Hall of Fame. He's going to retire. Okay, John Cena. All right. Anyway, so what I'm saying is it's called saturation. It's called too much. Okay, you build too many shopping malls like it did in Pittsburgh. They put up, the waterfront, which put Century 3 out of business, and they almost put Edgewood Town Center out of business. Okay, but the WWE needs to figure out how to get enough food out to the big dogs because they're hungry. Okay, do you see what I'm getting at? That's my final thoughts for today. Smoking Jim, do you have any last minute things before we wrap it up?
No, you nailed it, brother.
So, all right. Thank you, everyone, for participating in today's show. Don't forget, next Tuesday, we'll be back at 5 o'clock. Talk more of Wrestletalk. I'm working on getting some guests on here as well. And so don't forget to tune in next Tuesday. Don't forget tomorrow night. Don't forget to tune in to Ralph's Opinion Show. My main topic, and if anyone out there sells insurance, I want you to come on this. I want you to come on or comment tomorrow. I want to know why insurance companies are discriminating against people who have modular or manufactured homes. And I am not going to put up with it. This is unacceptable for insurance companies to do this. Is this discrimination? Do you think so? Can I get an insurance guy to come on or call me or get on my email, ralphwilliams737@gmail.com. We have our mailbag. Get a hold of me. I want you on the program. I want to know why. I want to know why you're discriminating against people with homes like mine. Please. All right. I'm having issues trying to get insurance because none of these companies want to insure modular homes or manufactured homes. And sometimes I wonder if people are selling their homes down here because they're having issues with that or because of some of the bad weather we've been having down here. You know what? I've managed it and I'm managing it now. And I'm not lazy. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. I'm in a wheelchair. I do more work than most people. I'm on the air here. I have my own media company. I have my own shows. People are participating. It's getting bigger and larger. You see what I'm saying? It's what they call, Bill Murray would say, baby steps. We're in baby step mode still, but we're getting there. And and pretty soon we're going to be in big steps. Then we're going to be where we need to be. All right. I'm Ralph Williams for Smoking Jim Frazier. This has been an RW Media production. Coming up tomorrow, as I mentioned, Ralph's opinion. And don't forget tonight, I have some Ralph reports to put out. I will talk to you later on. Have yourself a great night. Thank you.